This is about a dream that I had about the nuclear destruction. And I'll make it quick because I'm on my lunch break. But Lord will, if I don't get all the scriptures that I want, I'll do a part two. So this is about the dream that I had dealing with the nuclear destruction. And some things took place dealing with loved ones, not in a bad sense, but basically in the dream, I was with my woman, my cousin, one of my closest cousins and stuff like that. And you know how dreams, they go, here and there. So that's what happened in this dream. But at the last part of this dream, I was in like an apartment complex and I was lifted up. And as I was being lifted up, a nuclear bomb had dropped. Now, the ground didn't shake or anything like that. It was like I was basically seeing something through a TV, but I was actually there. And that's the best way to explain it. And so, I was lifted up in the air, but after the destruction, it came right back down. And I wasn't harmed or touched or nothing like that. And Salaki for the poor details about the dream, but really, those are the main important parts because nothing happened to my cousin, nothing happened to my woman, nothing happened to them. But the main point was that, I got lifted up, in Lord will, that means that I was saved from the nuclear destruction. And that's what we want, and this is prophecy. So let's get right into it. Revelation 6, and I'm going to start at 13. Says, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll, and it is rolled together. And Salaki for the background noise, one of these companies over here is having like an employee day, It says, and every mountain and every island were moved out of their place, and the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every freeman hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains. Right? And so the main point was that it said that the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And that's your mushroom cloud, and so that's coming. That's going to happen to here, Babylon the Great. Where I was, it was in America, Babylon the Great. I was in, where I'm in Nashville, in the apartment complexes that I was at, it ultimately ended up getting destroyed. And so that's what I seen. And we worry about how the righteous are going to be saved. Let me get that. All right, 2nd Ezra 9 and 13, it says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. And the world is created for the righteous. And the world that's coming is created for the righteous, the 144,000 and 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Let's go to this Isaiah 24, because we know that World War III is going to happen. It has to happen so that this place can go down. Isaiah 24:18, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. Why? Because the nuclear missiles. And the windows on high, meaning the heavens are open, just like how it says in Genesis. When it first rained, the heavens, it says the windows were open. And that's when rain started coming down. So yeah, we need this destruction to take place so that we can be saved. And Esau and these other heathens can be taken out of power. We see the broader picture. I knew the broad picture. When the Lord gave me that dream, I knew that it had to happen. You know, yes, your loved ones ain't gonna make it. Your woman, she might not. You know, your favorite cousin, brother. You know, but the good thing is that they're Israelites. You know, and they could possibly be saved through you. And I got that too from the dream. Is that those two that were with me, could have been saved. But the thing is, you got to continue believing and trusting in the Lord. You know, you got to keep fighting, keep pushing, keep teaching. You don't stop until the Lord say so. Until the Lord pull us off the highways and byways. All right, and let me get some more scriptures about the destruction. Matter of fact, let me get something else. All right, so I'm gonna get this real quick because ultimately too is a punishment. These nuclear missiles are going to punish the ones that take the MOTB. But let me get this too. Revelation 16 and where is it at? Where is it at? Yeah, I'm gonna get Revelation 16 and I'm starting at 8. It says, "And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire, and men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of the Most High, which had power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory." All right, I'm gonna keep going because it was something. Ooh, let's go down to verse 16 and 11. It says, "And blaspheme the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds." And there was one more, Salakia, one particular, because you're gonna receive a sore, a cancerous sore. Let me see if I can find it. When you receive that MOTB, damn, where was it at? I think it was in 2. Yeah, so let me go forward. Let me try to go forward, Salaki. All right, so let's get at Revelation 16 and 2. It says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and gruesome or grievous sore upon the man which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image." And let's get what the sore is. Sore is G1668, Helkos, all right? And it says, "An ulcer as if drawn together, a wound, a wound producing a discharge plus a sore and ulcer." So you're going to see a sore, a cancerous, you're going to receive some type of cancer when you receive that MOTB. Let me get this Revelation 14, and you're going to be destroyed. This nuclear missiles is for the ones that take the MOTB, and even if you don't, you're still going to be destroyed. Yeah, you're still going to feel that heat. Many people are going to be like that. So Revelation 14 and 8, because we know that this is Babylon the Great. The great destruction is going to happen here at Babylon the Great. And there followed another angel saying, "Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine and the wrath of her fornication," which all the nations going to shoot their missiles over here. Like how it says in Ezekiel, the Lord going to put an evil thought into their mind. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. It says, in their smoke, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and forever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. And so, yeah, you're gonna be destroyed because you're gonna worship Esau Edom, his system, which is the Roman, the revived Holy Roman Empire, and his mark is their microchip. So you receive that, you're gonna be the one in that flame, getting burnt up, because that's the second death also. Where's the image at? Goodness gracious, yeah, that's the second death also. Let me get that. I believe Revelations 20. Real quick. So Revelation 20. Revelation 20 and let me see. Yeah, here you go. 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So all these different wicked people will be involved in the second death, not just the ones that's going to take the MOTB. Primarily, yes. But say you don't. Well, you still being an unbeliever, you Israelites. You fearful, you scared of men, you don't want to teach. You're going to be put down. Ultimately, too, fear will lead you into taking the MOTB. The fear of man will lead you to take that MOTB, and you're going to be destroyed because you're supposed to fear the Heavenly Father. Yeah, Matthew 10:28, and I'm going to close it with this because I got to go right back in soon. And I'll probably do a part 2. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. And so many people are going to be destroyed in this lake of fire.